Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 30 of the Frisky Whiskey.
30.
The big 3-0.
30.
Mike D, we're continuing on that Bourbon Heritage Month.
We are.
Kind of tradition thing we got. I think this should be a tradition every September. We just got to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already a tradition for America. May as well continue.
The Frisky Whiskey thing going forward.
Exactly.
We'll own it.
No, I don't think we can.
We'll work it out. I know a guy.
I'm getting the copyrights, trademarks,
everything.
So what are we doing?
So as T.I. mentioned, it is Bourbon Heritage Month. This is volume 2. And so last week we went somewhat kind of old and someone kind of new. Like I'm echoing.
You are a little bit.
I don't know why. Okay, is that better?
It is.
Okay. So tonight we're actually going to be doing Elijah Magnus. Oh, no.
Oh. You did say it right.
No, it's Magnus. Yeah,
Magnus.
That's what I mean, like Magnus.
You said Mangus.
Did I? No, yeah. Magnus. It's Magnus. Joseph Magnus. So we have two really great whiskeys that have a good heritage, a good history behind their name.
They do.
So that's why we decided to go with these two. And I think it's going to be a great night because I did the history and just flavor profiles on these things. I'm really excited about this.
I'm excited.
So I think we're going to jump right in,
I mean, we may as well.
Bourbon Heritage Month. The bourbon's this has been, even though I tasted it when I first bought it. I don't remember anything about it.
And you picked this up when you were on your travels.
Yes. So I found this at an ABC in Fort Myers, Naples.
Naples. Yeah.
So I haven't seen this one here, although apparently they have a couple. But we're going to go through what they have too. So I like the brand, what they have to offer. Their website was awesome. So the Joseph Magnus, it's a straight bourbon triple cask finish in white oak, sherry, and cognac casks. Now, I got it for $109.99 when I was doing my thing. Okay. It ranges between $99 and $120-ish.
Okay, so you got smack in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle. I mean, the one that was 90, the one that was like 90 or something like that. When I went to the website after shipping, I actually got it cheaper. Okay. So it all balances
that
itself out.
That shipping always gets you.
And it's 100 proof. Good. Now it's rumored to be 9 years old. The mash bill is undisclosed.
I like those, the mystery bills.
Mystery, they're not going to say their stuff. So this has a great history. So in the midst of the Civil War in 1864, Joseph Magnus received news that his father had been killed in battle. With 3 younger siblings to take care of, he matured quickly and took on the responsibility of caring for his siblings. Following his father's steps, became a merchant. He soon discovered a niche market for wholesale liquors, and by the time he was 26, he had painstakingly built a liquor empire based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Magnus prided himself not only on the quality and age of his spirits, but on the intelligent and honorable business methods. This is when he also produced Murray Hill Club Whiskey. Okay. Now, in 1918, the imminent arrival of what, our favorite thing, Prohibition, that's ruined a lot of our history, we've seen that through the time now, caused Magnus to pause his whiskey production for sales. For the remainder of his life, Magnus enjoyed but did not produce fine spirits anymore. So he just drank after that. Okay. He stopped producing. His 4 children grew up and started families of their own, and the story of their father's success began to fade into legend. The story has a few dusty artifacts where all that remained. Then, nearly a century later, a fortunate discovery was made by one of Magnus's great-grandsons. A bottle of 122-year-old Murray Hill Club whiskey, tucked away and seamlessly forgotten, was found.
Dang.
That is awesome.
Dang.
That's like whiskey, like diamonds right there.
Yeah,
man, you know what I mean? To make sense of this rare find, the family gathered industry veterans to extract a few milliliters from the famed bottle to taste, test, and reproduce, if possible. These experts were stunned to discover it was one of the greatest bourbons they had ever tasted. Being that old, sitting in that bottle.
Probably tucked away in a shelf somewhere.
In a dark place. It's probably fine, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's fine.
So they reestablished in 2015. Today, using the same blending and finishing techniques that Joseph Magnus employed over 100 years ago, Magnus master blender Nancy Fraley Finishes 12-year-old bourbons and triple cast finishes using the Orlesso sherry and Cognac Casks. The result is as close as possible to the original Joseph Magnus bourbon in that bottle of 120 years, about 120-year-old bottle.
That's crazy.
So now this one that we're trying, which is the triple cast, has won 4 gold medals in the last 2 years. You know, the San Francisco competitions in New York and maybe some back alley one. I don't know.
Back alley competition. Back alley competition.
Now they do have a Murray Hill bourbon. You can get that. Okay. It's a blend of an 11-year-old and an 18-year-old bourbon with a 9-year-old light whiskey. Okay. And then they have a cigar blend bourbon, which is an 11 and 18-year-old bourbon blended together. So really interesting. The website was awesome. A great website. They have a great recipe area, lots of cool drinks. And what I discovered was I found more recipes than they actually had in their recipe section. So like when I went into one, I think it was the cigar blend one. When I clicked on it, it said drinks. I clicked on it, and the drinks in that recipe list was not on their recipe page.
Oh.
Kind of interesting.
That is kind of cool. So it's like specific to that blend, maybe. I
think, but they look really good recipes. So
I mean, obviously there's going to be different flavor profiles, but we should definitely give them a go.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that for upcoming shows for Mixologist series, and I think we want to hone in on a website's recipes list for their whiskey. Yeah, you know, stuff like that. So we have some fun with that down the road, but we're gonna have some fun right now.
I'm looking forward to this. So now, obviously, the 122-year-old bottle, it did not age after it landed in that bottle. Right. But the fact that you found that diamond just hiding out somewhere is crazy. Like, that's nuts.
That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts.
I think the oldest, and I think I told you this, the oldest bottle I've ever had a sample of was a bottle of Crown Royal from, like, the 1960s. Yeah. And this was in, like, I want to say, like, 2008 or so.
Top back on. Oh, yeah, okay. I think for me, the oldest was like a 22-year-old Scotch. Yeah. That's about as far as I go. You know, I would love to get a hold of something like what you got.
It was just cool.
I don't care what
it tastes exactly like Crown Royal, just maybe slightly different because, you know, the batch is aged over the years, right? That mash that they use, they keep, you know, reusing it. So it's like, it's just gotten more matured.
Like I would try a 50-year-old Secret 7. I mean, as long as why not? Good, right, you know. But yeah, I'm jealous that you have that. So we have a nose and a taste that we're going to go through, which is good. And interesting flavors we're talking about here. Orange, honey, plum, dark fruits, leather, and buttercream are your nose. Okay. Okay. Then there's let's do a smell real quick.
And so you got this from their site, right, for this particular whiskey?
No. Did I? No, I did not. No, I went to one of my sites that do reviews. Because the website didn't really have a lot. Okay. And I felt like
it had more recipes than they did information on that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I went to one of my 5 or 6 sites I like to go to to find reviews on. Mm-hmm. So, and when I always check back what they have on the site, compare what they have here. I'm like, okay, it's in the same ballpark. You know, people pick up more flavors sometimes than others. So, you know, it's also kind of subjective sometimes.
So
I'm definitely getting the dark fruits, the plum.
Dark fruits are there, leather's there.
Yeah. Buttercream, I don't think so.
Not right now. And you really have to you have to really get in there to get those notes.
Yeah. Maybe the orange is kind of that. It's not orange, but it's giving you that.
It's almost like a
citrusy
orange zest.
Yeah, a zest. That's what I was thinking. It was like a zest flavor or smell to it. And I mean, there's a sweetness here, so it's got to be the honey.
Well, give it a go.
All right, so our taste is going to be cherry, vanilla, brown sugar, oak leather, pepper, and tobacco. So we'll see what's going on.
I'm looking forward to this. I'll let you see what you think first.
Oh, wow. That oak's there, that leather's there, that pepper's there. That sweetness, that brown vanilla sweetness. I'm not getting the cherry. I may get the cherry. You know, and I think part of that sweetness is that tobacco in there too. Like almost like a raisinish.
I mean, that could be the cherry. I mean, real cherries aren't super sweet.
No. That's tasty, though. This is really good. This is a good treat for yourself.
It is. It's definitely like immediately it's kind of on the pepper.
Yeah, it's spicy. The spice is on my tongue.
But then it is, all right?
There's a little gnat flying around me right now. Shiny object. I gotta go.
There it is. It came over to me.
Good.
But definitely, like, the pepperiness is right there. There's a little sweetness in there.
Yeah.
I think that's the brown sugar.
It's something sweet. So it's either between that vanilla and brown sugar. Vanilla is not as sweet, but yeah, there's something sweet in there. Like, it could be the tobacco, too. That, tobacco has that kind of sweet.
No, because we've had
Stuff with tobacco. It's stronger.
And it's definitely, like, it is a defined.
I mean, there's that
flavor.
leather. I think the dryness is that leather a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's peppery, the brown sugar, or molasses. You could almost argue molasses because it's not super sweet.
No, yeah, it could be the molasses. Yeah, so it's sugar, some type of sugar.
Yeah.
Maybe brown sugar is a little too direct towards it.
Yeah, and then it does kind of finish with a nice dryness. That could be that leather.
Yeah, it's that leather, the oak's there. Maybe that sherry is what you're talking about. Was that kind of a little bit of a tart there?
Yeah, it's so light right at the front.
It's very light at the front. Yeah.
And it's all like immediate, and then the pepper takes over, and then it kind of mellows out into that nice. I'm gonna say it's molasses. It's not brown sugar. It's definitely molasses.
Okay.
Because it's not super sweet. There is a little sweetness, but it's not super sweet. There's a lot of spicy to it, and then it kind of mellows out and dries and becomes kind of earthy. So that might be the tobacco leather.
That last little sip had a really good flavor behind it. This is really good. Like this is a it's a Magnus. I say Magnus.
You did say Magnus.
I'm the worst, man. Do something about me, man. Send some tips for me, people out there. Send me something. Help me out here. So the bottle's kind of cool too. There's some information on the side of the bottle. So it was distilled in Indiana and Kentucky, finished and bottled by Joss A. Mangus, somewhere in Michigan. I can't read what they wrote, and it's I can't read that.
It's Holland.
Holland, Michigan. Then
yeah.
That's definitely Michigan.
It does say Michigan.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that part in script. It's a little too small for me to read.
Yeah, that's Holland.
Okay. And then the other side has like the story of the triple cast. And this is another thing too, by the way. From what I gathered from reading the reviews on these, the batch has something to do with the flavoring. So that being said, it may not match this batch, but I just you know what I'm saying. Like I couldn't find that batch as a review from anybody, but I found other ones.
So and we've tried quite a few things in recent episodes that are batch specific.
Yes.
And now I know, like, for the most part, every time you get a bottle of whiskey, there is a good chance that the flavor profile is slightly different. But for the larger ones right out there that want to have a consistent product, that they do it like consistently enough where they're aiming for that same flavor profile over and over and over again, rather than it being like, this is batch this. Yeah. We've done it for this long. We treated it this way.
Yep.
Right? Because I think for batches, they're probably just like, all right, we're going to make selections of these, floors out of the rick house, right? Yeah. Like that's where we're grabbing them from, and then we're going to mix them together. So, and that's why this becomes unique for that batch.
Yeah.
Whereas like, maybe something like Michter's, right? It's just you're getting the bourbon, and that's the bourbon.
That's the bourbon. It's going to
be same. It's going to taste the same now as it is, 2 years from now.
And where this is going to be different probably every year to a certain degree. Yeah. Or maybe every 6 months it release more and more,
It kind of brings up the that thought of what the heck is it called? That small little bottle of rye that we had.
Heaven's Door.
No.
Oh, no, the
Something Man.
Not Burning Man. That's
no, that was a shit show this
year.
That
was a shit show, yeah.
This was definitely not a shit show.
Oh my God, what was it called?
It's like K. It begins with a K or something.
No, I thought it was Running Man. No, that's a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Oh, I can see the name. I'm drawing a complete.
You're right. You're on the right path with running.
It's R something. It's
like Roaming Man.
Roaming
Man.
Roaming something.
Yeah, it's in Roaming Man.
It's Roaming Man. Okay, yeah. Roaming Man.
But they were like very specific.
Yes.
Small batch, like small bottles, and they were very small batches. And they released them, and as soon as they were sold out, that's it.
That's it. Yep.
You never got to try them again.
Yep.
Thankfully, you and I have a bottle from the same batch.
Well, no, my bottle's gone now.
Well, okay, then I have a bottle from that batch that you.
They still have some at Total Wine. I saw it the other day. I almost bought one. I got to control that buying thing.
It's hard when you go in there.
I got a little crazy with my little concoctions I want to do for us. You'll be happy.
I mean, I went kind of crazy too. When you went off to Naples, I went a little nuts.
I like that burn you get from this one too. It's a good solid burn.
Yeah, it's not that it's like a high proof burn. It's literally just part of the flavor.
It's part of the flavor. It's not overbearing a burn. It's not. That's why I say I like that. I like this particular burn.
Yeah,
this is a really nice burn behind it. I like this so far.
Me too.
I'm really enjoying.
So
this.
now I'm hopeful with the ice. What I'm thinking it's going to do, other than make it cold, I think we're going to get some of those other things out. I think the vanillas and the orange and stuff like that.
We'll see what happens. Or something around those areas.
I mean, the pepper's just very strong.
Yeah, the pepper's there. That pepper's definitely.
And if they're calling out, that many cocktails for using their whiskeys,
it's interesting.
That means they probably stand up on their own.
Exactly. Yeah, because
a lot of times you have to shake them or stir them or something.
So that water's going to mix in there. The ice is going to melt.
So it's almost like its natural state is to be in a cocktail.
And you're mixing it with other things. They had a couple of drinks in there, and I'm like, oh, I got to try one of those. There was one that used spearmint leaves. Kind of like the way that one looked. That was kind of good.
Did they roll them or something?
No, you almost like a muddle, almost like a mint julep, but not a mint julep. But no means not a mint julep.
Like a crushing.
Yeah, you kind of want to get the oil out of it, But it had some great recipes on it. The drink on there that it's an old school drink that we definitely going to have to make a sidecar.
Oh, I think I've had a sidecar.
I haven't had one of those in years. That's an old school.
It is.
That's like from the 1940s, man. That's what they used to order back in those days. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It smells good. Sorry, the longer it's been in here, it's the better. Okay. Yeah, it's almost like that orange has come out.
Yeah, you're right.
The more that it's sat there and hung out
and breathed a little bit.
Yeah, I was noticing the flavor was changing, so I decided to take another smell.
I think I drank wine a little too quick, but I have a habit of doing that. I get all excited.
And I'm slow. I like to enjoy it. What can I say?
I enjoy it too. I just get excited.
Take a shot.
Premature drinking.
Premature shooting. Or taking shots. Whatever you want to call it.
That's a heavy pour I just gave you.
That's all right. That's what the ice for.
Ooh, I gave myself a really heavy pour on that.
Oh, jeez. No, actually. Mine's with ice. Come on. Share the love.
Share the Magnus.
Share the Magnus.
Oh, Magnus. He's saying Magnus, man. I don't know why my freaking brain doesn't work like normal people.
You kind of remind me of the, what's that dude?
You did 1 cube or 2 cube?
I just did one. Okay. I always do one. Unless it gets unless it's stupid strong, I don't think I would ever go with more than one. Even then, I feel bad for a whole one. But these are small ice cubes anyways.
See, I think that vanilla came out. Give that thing, put your nose in there real quick. That vanilla's coming out.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, because now it's the alcohol.
It's the alcohol.
The alcohol smell is gone. So you're getting those other things. Not, the orange isn't there that I was smelling.
The pepper's there, but the pepper's lighter now. That sugar's coming out more. I'm getting that sweetness now is really coming out. That burn is not where it was anymore either. That burn I was enjoying is not there anymore, which I expected that to happen. I mean, that should happen when you put the ice in there.
Ooh.
But this really, this is good on ice. This
is really good on ice.
This holds up on ice, 100%. Like you called it with the cocktail thing. This holds up on ice, 100%. This holds its own. Because it changed, but not like dramatically. It's holding on to its roots, if you will.
So the molasses isn't really there anymore.
No, the sweetness it's still sweet, but it's more of a vanilla sweet now.
But it's tangy too, so that might be that cherry.
That cherry, yeah. The tartness, yeah. That leather's still there, but everything got lighter.
It's drier.
Yeah. It definitely got drier. Absolutely.
It's kind of toned down. It's toned down on the pepper, but then it amplified the other things that were missing. This is really nice. Yeah, I like that little tartness to it.
I'm telling you, this. I know they make a cigar blend bottle, but this would go great with a cigar. Hands down, this would be great. It's a great cigar. This is a good sit back and sip whiskey, hang out with the boys, have a cigar, chill out, man. Play some backgammon.
So, do you think we could bring our own bottles to the Angry Moon? Just hang out in the back. We'll just bring this bottle. We'd buy cigars from them.
Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. We'd have to buy
Maybe
a
like
drink.
sneak it.
You had to buy a drink and then and do whatever our guest calls Percy juice.
Yes.
And does that damn...
Yeah, see? It like gets right up in your face
Right,
and then it like takes off.
He's like, fuck you, bitch. You can't get me.
Now, I'm kind of split, right? So you're right. Like having it neat,
I like it both ways.
it's good. But dang, it's pretty awesome how it changes when it's on ice.
I like this. I like this both ways. I would probably, if I was having a cigar right now, I would drink one neat and then the next one for the second half of the cigar with the ice.
Yeah.
You know, and get that yin and yang on the cigar.
I know, it's nice.
Speaking of
Really,
cigars,
really well balanced.
so I mentioned to you, and our listeners should pay attention to this part, a new distillery opened up in Vero. And I checked out their website. And my our friend Eben, the designer of our Frisky Whiskey logo, happened to go there over the weekend.
Nice.
He played golf up there. He said the place was packed. He was only in there for a half hour. So I think he tried some whiskey and got out. But they have a restaurant there.
Okay.
I checked out the menu. Looks like a good menu, like bar food, like snack food.
Yeah.
But good snack food that goes with this kind of stuff. But they have a cigar menu. And they really break down the flavors of the cigar on this menu. We were trying to learn that. We're trying to understand that a little bit better because I don't think we have that yet.
Yeah.
Really down yet. But it looked kind of cool. And so I think they were suggesting what they should pair it with, like their bourbon or their rye. Now, the one thing that Eben had said, he doesn't think they're distilling there just yet. Like they opened a distillery. I think they have like one of those things where they distill somewhere else and they bring the bottles in.
So they're
right
like giving someone else what their mash bill would be,
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, do this for us."
Yeah, I mean, this probably was a venture that started like 6 years ago, and they made a 4-year-old rye or bourbon, whatever they have, and they're going to start distilling there. But they have a program there where you can be a distiller for a day, and you go through the whole process with them, hands on. Do go through the whole thing.
should do it,
and I think it'd be kind of cool. Maybe through my golf group, I might know somebody who knows the guy. So I got to figure all that out.
Okay.
And I got to play it the right way. Hopefully he's not listening to this show and he knows going to play the guy. But give him a sticker. Hey, come on, man.
Well, for a sticker, right?
I'll see what I can do. Maybe we could do that thing for a day, and maybe we could talk to the owner afterwards. And maybe do like a little quick show there.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of fun.
I want to hang out at that bar,
or at least do something on live, Instagram live or something.
But I want to hang out at that bar. I would check out the food. We may have to just get a hotel room there down there that night because it's about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half. That's a little. That pushes the. How many drinks should you have before you drive?
Yeah, anytime I have to question having more than two, I don't want to go anywhere.
If it's around a corner, it's a different story, right? Go in there, have a good time, and leave. But it's kind of too far for an Uber. I'm not. That's not going to happen either.
Yeah, I don't feel like spending $200 on an Uber.
No, I get sick on the way home in the back seat. So I can't be in the back seat after I start drinking.
Facts, actually, facts.
I know, like the back seaty,
or the front seat. Actually,
I'm better off in the front seat. There's a better chance. The odds are in my favor. But this is. I'm so glad I picked this up, man.
Me too.
Joseph's Magnus, man. This is.
You said it again.
Magnus. So on Instagram, by the way, it's the Joss A. Magnus Instagram. So we got to definitely hit them up when we post.
Absolutely.
But this is really good. I am going to seek out for us the Murray Hill and the cigar blend. Maybe like I said, with a mixologist with that night with this there stuff.
Yeah.
Check out
that'd be a lot of fun actually, and check out the different how they change.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they probably have similar-ish recipes, just using different whiskeys.
Like I said, they have a whole page dedicated to recipes. But then when I went onto a particular page, I found more recipes that wasn't on the recipe page.
Okay.
So,
but none of them were the same, right?
Not the ones I found off that page. No,
Okay.
So I actually went back to that page. I'm like, I don't see that recipe there. So that one. So you're right. It's probably specific to that model that I was looking at. But this is and I'm really curious about the Murray Hill because that's the one that they used to.
That was the original.
You know what's really cool on their website? They actually show all the old advertisements.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was awesome. No, it was actually. I went through all of them. I'm like, this is so cool. Like I actually
old newspaper.
Yeah. Actually, maybe we'll take a couple screenshots and post it.
Yeah,
and let people see what we're talking about because this is really cool.
It is really cool.
I really like their website. I was really impressed with their website.
I mean, it's also kind of a. I mean, it's a history, but it's also isn't. It's kind of like the dude made some really banging whiskey, and then Prohibition happened, and he doesn't break the law, so he's like, I'm just gonna drink my whiskey and whatever. Like family can have the rest. You know, it's fine.
And it's sad that we've been doing this for 30 shows now, and how many of these whiskeys have we come across that just died at Prohibition?
Oh well, most of them.
And then brought back in some form of fashion, but most of them, yeah. It's just such a time period I just don't understand. But it's the same. It's almost like the same story.
Yeah. Well, it really is. It's like,
disappeared.
It's been around. It started in the early 1800s. It was a big old name. Family moved from somewhere. And then set up a still and made some money and did some good things, made some classics, and then suddenly Prohibition hit and disappeared.
Yeah. And I know we've talked about because they had that ability to get the medicinal license. But and we say like how hard because there was
only 10, so there's only 10 available,
but only two or three got picked up. I wonder how hard it truly was to get that. Maybe because think about it. If it was easy, all 10 would have been gone. I mean, that's just human nature, right? But if it's like if it was a loophole, a major loop to jump through, major hoops,
maybe. But it could also be like one of those. Maybe at the time people didn't realize that you could still make money.
Yeah,
like maybe because they were like, well, if it's for medicinal purposes,
how much can you sell? Maybe.
How much can you really make off of this now? Yeah. Because I'm making hands over fist because I have all of these speakeasies are open, all these like bars are open. I can make money all day. Then suddenly Prohibition hits and they're thinking, well, I'm not going to be able to make any money. Medicinal, like how many am I going to sell that?
Now my ice has gone away. That heat's coming back.
Yeah.
That little.
Yep.
I like that. Yep. That little heat's coming back.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why more people didn't. I've actually wondered that for a while now, like why people didn't actually go for those.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that today when I read this, and I'm like, it must have been a pain in the ass to get that license in some form or fashion. Who knows?
Maybe the buy-in was way too high.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The government probably wanted a huge like.
Yeah, they were like,
first day,
we want like 25 G's, right up
back
front.
In
the day,
that was a lot of money,
crazy amount of money.
Yeah. But I really like this.
And the cool thing, and I think
for the price point, what do you think?
That's not bad. It's a good price. I mean, for 100, you said 109, right? Did you get it?
No, he's right there, fucker.
Oh well,
I'll get him.
Time's coming.
Cook them up.
Just instantly.
Well, like for $110, to call it out, $110, and that seems like the going price for this.
All right. So it is a solid bourbon.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's. I can see why this has a lot of cocktails that are associated with it.
Oh yeah, it can definitely.
It's great and neat. I can say that once the ice was gone, everything started coming back. It woke back up. Yeah. And it's weird because if you're drinking a cocktail,
usually
it's done. It just gets watered down. And
it stays there. It just stays in that same realm.
So for something like this, where it kind of picks back up, it's like, okay, well, now it might actually make that cocktail like a third cocktail.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'm actually curious. I mean, it's expensive at $110 a bottle to start making cocktails with it, but
yeah. But I mean,
for the sake of research, we have to do it.
People need to know.
People demand this.
Yes,
people demand.
I have no idea who these people are, but they're demanding.
They're like down the street.
Hey, those guys again?
That one weird guy always wears a hat. He's all right.
Hey, what?
Yeah, he wears that corrective underwear.
That's not me. Okay, you're talking about Bill.
Yeah, Bill wears a corrective underwear.
Sorry if there's any Bills out there that are listening. It's not you, trust me.
And you wear corrective underwear. So I got some good foodies for us tonight. And honestly, the reason why I got what I got, because I knew what we were doing, I think it's a mixed match. It doesn't matter what you drink.
Yeah.
It goes with what we got. Because we got some fried food, right? We got some fried shrimp, got some fried oysters, got some fried fish.
Fish is actually pretty good.
Fish was really good. So did shrimp, so did oysters. They're really good.
Yeah, all of them were good.
And then we also have something else for a little bit later, which maybe we got to pair one of these two with the final dish, which we never tasted. But I know what that is. I know what franchise is.
I've also had it.
Franchise is a lemony. It's got a little breading on it. It's got some capers.
Yeah, we'll have to get into the Elijah first
before we
figure it out.
But my whole purpose of what I brought tonight was to go with both. It wasn't meant to say, oh, this is going to go better with the fish. This is going to go better with. It was designed for both of these. Good old just fashioned eating.
Good old fashioned.
So we went to picked up food from Lola's Seafood tonight.
Lola's.
And there's a couple. They have like one in Stewart. I think there's one in Jupiter, and there's one in Port St. Lucie, and one in Palm Beach Gardens. It's good seafood.
It is. It was solid, and it's probably local. I'm assuming.
Yeah, and they always have decent specials. They also make a really good New England clam chowder. Okay, they make actually a really good one.
I'm gonna have to try it out.
Yeah, and they always have like good specials. Like they had the salmon special tonight. The oysters were a special tonight.
Oh, nice. And they give you a good portion.
Oh, they give you good portions here. And normally when I go there, because I like to be bad, I always get their fish and shrimp fried platter. But instead of getting the chips, I always do the salad, because until you haven't tried the salad yet, their salads are actually awesome. Okay. It's a Cape Cod salad. So it's a homemade dressing. I don't know.
I've been to Cape Cod.
I've
never come across a place. Maybe it's because I'm in Cape Cod, and so they don't call it a Cape Cod salad.
Actually, a lot of places do that. They throw cranberries on a salad. They call it Cape Cod.
Oh, it says it has cranberries.
Yeah, that's what makes it a Cape Cod salad.
That's like not 100% there in Cape Cod, though.
I know. A lot of people do that. It's like a thing.
It's called it a New England salad at that point.
Doesn't sound right. Cape Cod's not so much better. New England fish bake says clam bake sounds better.
Speaking of cranberries, I'm going to take a deviation real quick. So cranberries. I actually found out something kind of crazy. Okay. I mean, I'm from Massachusetts. I've seen cranberry bogs. There's no surprise. Like, I'm fine with it. I can eat cranberries raw. Most people can't stand it. But I like cranberries. Been around them. But did you know that to handle the insects and stuff that could attack the cranberries, they actually use wolf spiders, a shit ton of wolf spiders. So
it's an organic type of approach.
So they literally throw the wolf spiders out there, and they float on the surface of the water when they're floating the bog. So they'll put them in there when it's on the ground, and then when they float to harvest, all the wolf spiders come up with it. And so the people are out there sweeping and scooping all the berries and stuff, and there's wolf spiders all over them. I was like, what the hell? I was like, man, I would scream. Never, ever want that.
I would scream like the littlest
But you would be covered in them.
I don't like spiders. Spiders and snakes, man. I would scream so bad.
I didn't realize that that's what they use. But it's actually the natural way of handling it. Yeah, they use wolf spiders.
So then when they gather all these things, they have to filter those wolf spiders out. Or
have I been eating
wolf spiders?
No. Okay. No, because they flood bogs, right? So they flood the bogs to raise the berries up. And the wolf spiders float on top. So the wolf spiders will naturally run away from you as you're doing your thing. Really? Yeah, so they run all over you and run away from the processing portion.
Run all over you. Oh my God. I just think of all the movies I've seen,
because they don't want to be underwater, obviously.
Right, who does? Well, unless you can live underwater. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I didn't know that. This is interesting information.
I didn't know that until very recently.
Did you come across this by accident?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how most of my facts happen.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, hey, how about that?
Oh, look at that.
I didn't know that.
Add it to the memory bank.
Searched it, and I was like, no, yeah, that's real.
Another question for Jeff.
And one of the things they ask people before they hire you, if you're going to work in the bogs, is, are you arachnophobic? Because you will be having a lot of spiders all over you.
I mean, probably to them it's nothing. So guys who've been there for years probably
I'm 50-50. I could probably handle it to an extent.
Yeah, not me. I don't know.
As long as they're not here, I'm fine.
Start freaking out. And then when I got out of there, I think they'd be all over me, on me or not. I'd just be for at least 24 hours. I'd have issues. I'd be waking up at night, slapping myself.
The movie Arachnophobia.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I love that movie. I haven't seen that movie in years. I should watch that movie. All right, so I think you take care of this, man.
Whoa!
That one's yours. This one's mine.
Stop trying to pour water. You keep playing Magic Cups over here. Killing me, Smalls. All right. Get our glasses rinsed out here so we can make sure there's no...
Football season started. Our fantasy teams are winning right now. You won. I won.
Heck yeah. I'm in second place.
There's some great games on for the first week. Some blowouts too, but there's some great games. If anybody, I'm not a Dolphins fan, but if anybody watched that Dolphins-Chargers game, that was a great game to watch as a football fan. It was nuts. And, I know your team played hard, played tough.
I'm happy with how they performed. Overall, I was not expecting them to do nearly as well. And there was a couple of moments where I was like, hey, we might actually turn this game around.
Yeah.
And then we didn't.
They didn't. And then,
I was okay with that.
And then my team, my defense looks fierce right now.
Yeah.
My defense, so my team's the Cowboys. If anybody watched that Sunday night game, it was a 40-0 trouncing of the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants.
That didn't even count as a game. That was just
barely. Oh,
the Pee Wee League over there.
I mean, they sacked that guy 7 times.
Yeah, They were just having fun.
And they just that defense just if that wasn't a football game, that whole entire defense would have got arrested for assault.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so now we're moving on to the Elijah Craig.
This is the toasted barrel.
Toasted barrel. Yeah. So talk to us about this, T.I. What is going on here?
Yeah, so this is the Elijah Craig toasted barrel. This is your Kentucky Straight Bourbon. It's 94 proof. I picked this one up over at Inlet in Juno Beach. This one was $89.99 when I picked it up. Of course, we're doing look on the pricing, and the pricing is like in the 60s all the way up to like 130. Yeah. So it's hard to say whether that's a good price.
I think you're getting the average. I think you're getting the average.
When I picked it up, I think it was all right.
Yeah, I don't think I just as long as I've been doing this, I do all these sheets. Yeah. 30 shows in, I have never seen a price differential between.
It's like $70.
Yeah, that's like a 50% markup from the price from another price. I don't know. I was studying the bottles, so there are different labels on these. Now I know there's a special edition, the Ryder Cup edition. Yeah. These are not Ryder Cup editions. I made sure about that. Some of them are maybe a little bit older. Maybe that's why they're priced differently. I don't know what.
I mean, they do have like an 18, I think.
They do, and I don't know. I'm gonna put the top one here so I don't do anything stupid. I don't know when was this one barreled. Like, what year was it barreled? Does it tell you? It doesn't really say that, no. Because maybe that's why those pricings on those are so over different directions. Because this is, I mean, look, it's a highly sought after. Yeah. In some cases, in fact, on my whiskey club, I found one. And it's funny. It actually was really funny. It said 99 on when you're going through the searching of it, but when you clicked into it, it was 79.
Yeah.
A little weird how that price dropped on that one, but they declared it a collector's bottle.
It's so weird.
So I think it is a limited type of release to a certain degree, and I think it just has that mystique of a special Elijah Craig. So let's go through the history of Elijah Craig.
So the mash bill on this particular one is 78% corn, 12% malted barley, and 10% rye. Now, of course, we all know Elijah Craig. We all love Elijah Craig. Thank you for the bourbon. So Reverend Elijah Craig was a Baptist preacher, an educator, and an entrepreneur who built the first paper and wool mills in Georgetown, Kentucky. But for all his industries, it was his gift as a distiller and an innovator that brought him his greatest acclaim. In the late 18th century, Craig moved to what is now known as Kentucky, then part of Virginia, and settled in a region that would later become Georgetown. He played a significant role in establishing Baptist churches and educational institutions in the area. Elijah Craig is often associated with the early development of bourbon whiskey. According to legend, he is said to have been one of the first individuals to age corn-based whiskey in charred oak barrels. This aging process is believed to have given bourbon its distinct flavor and amber color. However, historical records are somewhat limited.
So it's always that makes sense. For that time period, it makes sense.
In 1789, Elijah Craig became the first distiller to age his whiskey in new charred oak barrels. Some acclaimed that an accidental fire charred his barrels and changed the whiskey inside. Others say he stored his whiskey in former sugar barrels and was impressed with how charring improved the flavor. Elijah Craig knew he had discovered something great. He continued to refine the barrel charring process, imparting smooth, rich flavor to the spirit that would become known as bourbon. 250 years later, he is still known as the father of bourbon. Elijah Craig's name is synonymous with bourbon today. His legacy is celebrated by Heaven Hill Distilleries, which produces a well-known brand of bourbon called Elijah Craig Bourbon. In his honor, the brand features a range of bourbon expressions, including small batch and single barrel options. You made me say bourbon like 40 times.
I did.
Like right at the end.
I copy and pasted all that.
I was like bourbon. Does it say bourbon again? It does say bourbon again. Okay.
I copy and paste.
To be fair, we are talking about bourbon and Bourbon Heritage Month.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know what time it is? It's bourbon time.
Bourbon time.
Hey, I wonder if this has the nose of bourbon. Yep,
it does. Me, I'm not writing essays on these things. I'm copying and pasting at this point.
Hey, look at the nose says bourbon.
All right. Yeah, right. Nose tastes bourbon. What else do you need to know?
So the nose on this one is a little bit interesting. Mike D and I were kind of going back and forth. So now,
you explain what I did.
Yeah. So on the Elijah Craig site, they are claiming it is a very simple nose of toasted oak and caramel.
Yes.
Now, Mike D also does his research across multiple areas on the internet, on the interwebs. He does his Googles, if you will, and they came up with Picoi.
No.
No, this one?
Both of those were on their site.
Wait, you said this was a different site.
No.
Well, you lying to me now, boy.
No, I wasn't. It came from the same site. It was right above their own. This was one that was
Produced by somebody else.
By like some bourbon society.
Yeah, somebody else.
But it's on the Elijah Craig site.
It's on their site, but it's from somebody else.
Somebody else.
You still did your Googlings.
No, I didn't. If I'm happy with what I see on the site, I don't Google anywhere.
You did Googling.
I did for pricing, obviously.
Exactly.
Okay.
So leave me alone.
All right. I Googled, all right? I'm sorry. I Googled.
How dare you Google?
I Googled yesterday. I Googled today. I'm going to Google when I go home. How about that? You know what? I'm going to be happy when I Google again.
I'm blocking Google.
Well, I might be out from Google. I just want to Google. Wow, okay. Bring it back in. Bring it back in.
They got slappy real quick. So the nose is going to be Picoi tea, which I have no idea what that is. Leather, cinnamon, cedar. I think that's supposed to be cedar.
It's supposed to be cedar.
Gotcha.
I was doing this while doing something else.
Jasmine. So that's what the external reviewers claimed. So Elijah Craig says toasted oak and caramel.
And I want to be very clear. People out there watching me, on the Elijah Craig site, literally this review was on there, and then right below was the Elijah Craig's own review. It was like really weird. I've never seen that before. I did both.
You know, that's kind of slap in the face to the people who did review it. Or people at Elijah Craig just don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know.
Who do you believe?
I don't even know who people are. Just the same guys from down the street, probably. I don't know who they are.
I would just Google.
Let me get my Google out. Put that back in your pants.
Oh, jeez. He named it.
That is awesome. He named it. Little Google. Okay.
It's a whole new meaning to when you say I'm going to do a little Googling.
You're going to Google it, are you? Remember, if you Google, think of me.
No, I'm good.
I'll give you limp Google.
I'm switching browsers. I'm not touching Google.
Yeah,
again.
right. I'll give you limp Google. This is funny stuff, though. Okay. Yeah, that tea's going. The tea I never heard of is definitely coming out. That's awesome. Oh, that is so funny.
Killing me, Smalls.
All right, I think there's some flavors going on here right now. I don't know. Okay, let's reset here. All right, so back to our nose here. See, I'm getting that toasted oak and caramel. I really am.
Oh, my God.
There's no cinnamon there. Cedar, I don't know about cedar or seder or whatever I wrote. And isn't jasmine? Well, jasmine's a spice, right? I mean,
Sure.
I remember buying those incense, jasmine incense.
I have jasmine rice.
Yeah, jasmine rice too, you know. But I don't know if I've ever smelled rice. Did they tell you what rice smells like?
I know what it smells like, but
I mean, most of the time I put
this doesn't smell like jasmine rice.
Go get the bag out. Get the bag.
Let's do a quick comparison.
Spill rice all over the table.
Perfect. Oh, my goodness. I can't.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Wow.
That's actually crazy.
That is amazing.
All right, so
for the nose, I think it was more on the Elijah Craig side of the review. I think it's just toasted oak and caramel. You know, maybe some.
Actually, it's the same
cinnamon
for its taste.
The taste is peach.
I think
brown sugar.
Well,
Chipotle
that's
spice.
the external.
Right.
So the external review was peach, brown sugar, chipotle, and chipotle spice. Mm-hmm. The Elijah Craig is spice, pepper, milk chocolate, and hint of smoke, and that's exactly what this tastes like.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know why they have that on their website. This other.
That's why I think they're making fun of them.
Maybe. Yeah, this is spice, pepper, chocolate's there. Maybe milk chocolate. I don't know about it. There's a chocolatey flavor.
There's definitely chocolate.
The hint of smoke is there. I think that's correct. I mean, this is really tasty. I think we're dealing with two different worlds here.
Oh, we totally are.
100% doing two different worlds here. And I would almost lean towards this as to go with a regular fish, not a fried fish.
Yeah.
Both, like I said, both can go with everything I got. But if I was, and the franchise is breaded, but like a nice like mahi or a good whitefish, a flaky whitefish, this would go great with.
I'd agree with that.
Because of that, the hint, the spice is not overbearing, the pepper's not overbearing, but it's there. That chocolate flavor is not like a dessert.
It's not even nearly as strong as the Magnus.
No.
The pepperiness.
Yeah, this is hotter. This has definitely more heat to it. So, speaking of this.
Well, I mean, this one is, how much did you say the proof was? You said 100 proof. This one's 94 proof. So it's not that much, though.
So a friend of ours who's going to be on our show pretty soon, she did her own whiskey tasting. She sent me a picture of what they did. And they had done.
Whoa.
That was a good catch.
Oh, sir.
You see those ninja skills I have?
Did you Google those?
Oh, let me get my Google out. Here's my Google. So they did Basil Hayden, Elijah Craig, Ancient Age.
Heck yeah.
The bottles.
Yeah, of course.
And then Stillhouse.
Okay.
Now, she likes the heat more, so I knew Stillhouse was not going to win this one. No. And at first, she had said that the Basil one, I said to her, I was like, really? I was really surprised. I thought the Elijah Craig regular bourbon, it was their regular bourbon, right? Let me confirm that. Yeah, it's their it's their regular straight bourbon, not the toasted bourbon. But I know their bourbon has that heat behind it. Their regular bourbon. And it's like, you sure that one didn't win? She'll try it again. And she did. She's like, you're right.
Really?
Yeah. She's like, I'm glad you made me taste it twice again. Because she likes that burn better from this one. Not from this particular one, but the Elijah Craig. So Elijah Craig won her whiskey contest that she was doing with some friends.
But she probably liked this one.
Oh, I was maybe going to,
bring it back over.
Let her taste that one at the end.
I think so. But no, this is good. This is a very good bourbon. I don't know why there are other reviews there because it does not anywhere near what I'm.
So maybe they're making fun of it. You have to go look at that website. Trust me, I didn't make this up. Was that Pico tea? What the hell's Pico tea? Why would you even use that word? Just tea. If it has a tea flavor, tea.
I don't know.
I mean, Pico is
for me bagel.
I don't know, right? Huh? I don't know. A Pico bagel?
What?
Never heard of that. Or Bialy. But Pico.
Don't worry about it.
Somewhere there's a Jewish bagel shot spinning in his grave right now in New York. Listening to us, Pico bagel.
But yeah, no, this is really good. The chocolate flavor is definitely there. Peppery, a little bit of spice, not as much as the Magnus.
No, the spice is there, but this one's the spice competition. Yeah. Now this is not a competition tonight. This is really two good bourbons with a great history, great story.
I mean, you don't get any better than the dude who kind of came up with
the father of bourbon. I like that.
I mean,
I wonder if one of these two guys hooked up back in the day.
I don't know.
Joseph.
Like, hey, let's make bourbon.
Maybe they hung out. Maybe they had some kind of, I don't know, like a bourbon thing, Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's a bourbon thing.
Bourbon bros.
Yeah, bourbon bros,
Yeah. Bourbon gentleman.
Bourbon gentleman. Ooh, I like that. That's a good name for a club, Bourbon Gentleman.
I think so.
There's got to be one out there. There's no way we just made that up. It's impossible.
Of course not. Of course. I mean, the world exists. Everything's been invented.
It only exists in my world.
So something kind of cool that Mike D has been working on and is now kind of coming into fruition for the Frisky Whiskey. Oh. So we promised.
We're getting close.
What the heck was it? Like, it was back at the Frisky Whiskey and State of Address.
Oh, that was a while ago.
It was. I think that was like episode 18 or 19 or something. It was a while.
Okay.
It was a while back. Yeah. But we're gonna have merch shop soon.
Yes, we're getting very close. We're
like right there.
We're securing suppliers in Bangladesh and China.
Sweatshops.
I was like, no one older than 12 in those damn shops.
No cell phones.
Yeah, no cell phones.
No parents.
Well, actually, we're going to use them to help click our download thing. That's a different story. Yes. But no, we're actually getting really close to unleashing. I think we're going to have some cool products. I think there's going to be one or two that be like, really?
Yeah, there is. Okay,
there's definitely a really one.
I'm going to say one that's in there because it's entertaining and I think people will like it.
I'm getting a pair.
So Mike D thought he really liked the Converse sneakers and slapped our label onto them. Now, they are cool. On the tongue, it has our logo.
Yep.
On the sidewall, where it normally is the circle for Converse, it has our logo.
Yep.
Not saying they're not cool, but I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, glassware, the typical our shirt. I was like, cool. And then I look at it again like a day later, and there's a pair of shoes on there. And I was like, what the
Oh, you should order them now, right?
And I can get them in 3 weeks.
Oh, so that probably, it won't be for time for your wedding because you could wear those with your suit at the wedding.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'll make sure that the leggings would be hemmed high enough so it just shows them off the entire time awkwardly.
Oh yeah.
Yes, perfect.
But it's coming soon.
It is.
I'll give it like 2 more weeks. We just got to we have to have a couple of business meetings about this.
Yeah.
Agendas we have to go through.
Honestly, it's really like we just don't want it to be so expensive for you guys.
We got to figure that out too. Yeah, we got to figure because right now, since we're dealing with Bangladesh, it's not cheap.
Everything's coming from
there, but actually, I'm really not sure where it's coming from. But either way, we want to make the pricing right in the beginning for everybody, so everybody can get the hands on some cool merch.
Yeah,
some cool Frisky Whiskey merch. So get a T-shirt for yourselves. That's gonna be coming. Maybe get some glassware. So and then you got to check out these high tops.
They're ridiculous, but they are cool.
It's the best thing ever.
It's not the best thing.
It is the best thing ever,
but it is cool.
It took me so long to get that logo perfectly where I wanted.
That's why they're the best thing ever.
Because you have to do left and right, and it doesn't automatically, what you do on the left side of the shoe doesn't automatically transform to the right. You had to actually build both sides of the shoe. I'm like, why doesn't this one just go over there automatically in the same, like...
Can't you just, control, copy, paste?
No, it's not like that. It's where it's placed, positional, pixel-wise. But since one was on the left and one was on the right, the pixels don't match.
I hope that
because I tried matching the pixels, and what I did was in the beginning, it shot to the tip of the toe. I'm like, that's what that left means. Okay, it was just
if you order it and one is way off, you're gonna know.
No, they're solid. No.
Well, you got to order one first.
Yeah. We want to do a test order.
Yeah.
See what it's like with the credit card processing. Make sure it's all good.
Make sure it doesn't take forever to get to you guys.
Yeah. Well, the shipping I think is going to be.
It's going to be what it is to start.
2 to 3 weeks, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be what it is to start. It is. They're being made to order, so you're going to get good stuff. It's just going to take a little bit, at least in the beginning.
And all made in this country. I was joking about Bangladesh.
Yeah. USA.
Yeah, no, it's all made.
Actually, we have a lot of listeners all over the world.
We do.
Is it going to be an international shipping? Do we know, or have we not figured that detail out yet?
I don't.
All right, we haven't figured that detail. So if you're a fan out in Canada, or if you're a fan out in the UK or Australia,
try and order, see what happens.
We'll sort out the details and let you know.
Actually, they handle all the customer service too, by the way.
Ooh, nice.
That was a good pour because I actually like this. It's this is a great finishing whiskey for tonight's adventure too, in my opinion, based off the flavors that we're getting and not getting at the same time.
Yes. Like the Bacoa tea.
That's like the time we saw chalk.
Yeah. Like chalk?
Chalk.
Like, what do you mean? Like licking a chalkboard or? Oh my goodness. Yeah. I can't imagine this changing too much.
We'll find out. Now, they had cocktail recipes on their site, but not the way they did theirs, but they had a good little cocktail section.
It smells like toasted oak and caramel.
Yeah, the smell has not...
That's nice. I like that it's consistent, though. It's nice.
Yeah, that smell didn't change at all.
Nope. It is exactly as it was.
If anything, the spice is a little bit less, and maybe the chocolate comes out a little bit more, but not extreme in any form or fashion.
It's pretty much the same. I like that.
It holds up. Yeah, that's probably why you make cocktails with this.
Yeah.
Now this one was how much?
This one was $89.99.
And like I said, when I was doing when I was looking on the internet, I saw ones go from 67 to 130.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure. I mean, when I tell you, I had 5 pages up, enlarging the pictures, staring at them.
When you chatted me earlier today, and I was like, "Oh crap, did I get a bad deal?" Because I remember something that I do is when someone says, "Hey, I got this bottle for this price." my first thing is, okay, cool, thanks for letting me know. And then I start searching for it to make sure, like, hey, that's a decent price. Right. And that's literally what I did. And I came across this, and it was anywhere from like 80 to like 110, 120, somewhere there. That's
fine. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's a good price for it. So like, I'm interested in that bottle. And then you hit me up, and I'm like, oh crap, did I get like screwed over, like whatever? And then I searched, with you, and I was like, oh yeah, no, the price definitely changed. Like from when I last looked at it, it was not.
I've just never seen one have that kind of flux.
Yeah, it was massive.
Usually it's like, like this one where I saw it between 90 and 120. Yeah.
It's got to be that there's like the different color labels are maybe something.
It means something. Like, maybe it does mean what year it's aged. I don't know.
So this one's blue and gold.
Right. So I saw some that had a green or some that had
there's a green. There's like a reddish.
Yeah.
And they're all toasted barrels.
All toasted barrels, man. Look, so... This is $89. We'll just call it $90 for right now. Yeah. I think, honestly, if you know something like Sir Whiskey, you like him, it's a birthday, that's a great gift. This would be a good gift, too. This, to me, you buy for yourself.
Yeah.
This one you buy for yourself.
There's not that much of a price difference between the two, though.
No, I just think this is more for, like, your private collection bar, to have there. I think this is a good one for your bar, obviously, but this is a good one for a gift, in my opinion. This could be a good gift for the right person. I just think this is one you buy for yourself. This is my opinion.
I agree with that.
Yeah, what do I know about nothing?
I don't know.
I have my Google out right now. It's all crazy.
That is on the top of the most ridiculous parts of an episode we've done so far. I'm glad it took 30 episodes to get there.
Yeah, right. I can't believe we hit episode 30.
I know, right?
30 times now. We've gone through a lot of whiskey. We have a lot of whiskey. We have a lot.
Yes, if you think about it, we have a lot. On average, it's 3 per episode.
Yeah, we have a lot of whiskey.
We don't always do 3.
No,
sometimes we do 4.
Between both our collections and how we split these up in general, we have a lot.
Yeah,
we do have a lot.
Also, I just picked up 2 more bottles.
Oh yeah, what'd you pick up?
It's for another episode. We'll figure it out. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to tell anybody. I don't want to spoil it.
True. I mean, I got some stuff coming in that's.
No, some of them are kind of. Yes, you do. Some of it I know, some of it I don't.
Yeah, some you don't know.
So yeah, I mean, like some of it I just picked up as like I kind of want to have an episode on it with some of these in it, just because why not? We haven't really talked about them, and I saw them, and they were a decent price, and so why not?
Yeah,
that's basically that's pretty much what it came down to.
Yeah, that's how it always is too.
Although I know last week after our episode. We got into that Ragnarok odorous.
Oh,
now people.
If
I have one thing to say to you, if you can find that, pick up a bottle. It is worth more than the $99 that they are charging for it.
Yes, it is.
It is the best rye I have ever had in my entire life.
Yeah. So this is we've had Ragnarok on the show,
which is also good.
But this is their special edition, odorous edition.
This is after the band member that passed away, one of the original
founding frontmen, and this is amazing.
It's
ridiculous with me. In fact, we liked it so much, we've jumped online immediately, bought 2 more from the guy that I ordered from. But I wasn't expecting that. That's why I'm so nervous about like what we're gonna get. Because I thought I was just getting another Ragnarok with a different top because I just wanted to add to my collection. And when I got this, I kept looking at it, I'm like, this is not part of that set.
Nope.
Like, this is unique. Because I remember seeing all 5 of the heads, and this was not the same head.
Yeah, and then we got into that bottle, and my goodness.
Oh, we did hit it a little bit.
Bro, we almost killed that bottle.
Yeah, I had to pull it out. I had to get it out of that. We bring it back inside. Like I want to, until I know we get that second bottle. I don't know. I'm not touching that bottle until I know what's going on. And that will be on the show. We're going to have that on the show for sure.
It will be, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely going to be on the show. But we had to buy a bottle again for ourselves because...
Yeah, we bought 2, actually. One for you, one for me. That was one of the ones like, you know what? I want another bottle of this because this has to be
I want one in my collection because I want to share that with people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Ragnarok Odorous Edition. Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It was, so I've never had a rye taste like that.
Me either.
Ever.
It was weird.
Yeah. It was so good. That was such a good... And that is by Catoctin...
Catoctin Creek.
Catoctin Creek. I was like Catoctin Rye, but that's all they make is ryes. But which is good. You can specialize in one thing. Specialize, and they do a hell of a job with that. Yeah, they're doing a great job with that. But back to our Elijah Craig here. This is a great drinking whiskey. I mean, with the ice, without that. But I think both of these right now, the Magnus and the.
So honestly, this one for me would probably be my go-to for a cigar.
You think so? Okay.
I think it just, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because it's balanced throughout the entire thing. I could put it on ice and it's going to taste the exact same way. So it means I can like pour myself a good pour, have a couple, maybe an ice on it, like one rock in the glass, hang out, smoke my cigar, and it's not going to change on me. Yeah. It's not going to change flavor.
What I liked about this one with the ice is how it changed and then went back.
I know.
I really like that. It was almost like having 2 drinks in one. So I really like that too. I personally would lean with this with a cigar tonight, which I'm not even sure what we're smoking tonight.
Honestly, I didn't pull out of my selection.
I don't know what we're smoking tonight. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Either way, we got it from Fox Cigar.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got it from the folks over at foxcigar.com.
Check them out. We keep telling you guys, we're giving you good information out there.
Literally, if you have not signed up yet, please sign up.
If you like cigars.
Yeah, if you like, even if you don't, just show them support. Because you probably know somebody who likes cigars.
Yeah, get them some gifts.
Right?
Yeah, great shipping, free shipping.
Or you need, ashtrays for parties. They have ashtrays. They have good lighters. So it's like, even if you don't smoke cigars.
Yeah, cutters are a nice gift to get for somebody.
Heck yeah, they are. And they have really nice ones. So, check them out. They have good deals. They got fast shipping. Yep. They're, based out of Arizona. Yeah. So, I mean,
If I order on Monday, I usually get it by Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. Thursday is the latest.
It's actually kind of crazy fast.
How fast it gets over here. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. And then for food tonight, check out Lola's Seafood. Like I said, in Port St. Lucie, Stewart, Jupiter, and Palm Beach Gardens. Yep. Good seafood. It was. New England. It's New England style seafood. It's good food, so check them out.
It's like the fries.
Yeah. It's good. It's good food.
Old classic.
And like I said, I think both of these go good with everything. If I was doing a fish dinner, not like how that was, this Elijah Craig goes great with any type of good white.
Well, because it's not super spicy, right? So it's very mellow. It's not going to be like super overpowering while you're eating.
Exactly. This goes great with fried food. This goes great. I think this goes great with like
the
oysters. A nice seared scallop. Well, actually, no, the scallops go with that one.
Bacon wrap scallops.
I do like scallops.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so this was a great show tonight.
It was.
I think we had two really good whiskeys on the higher end, a little bit on the higher end, mid level. Depending who you are. Yeah. I think the Elijah Craig is more rounded, more of a rounded balanced. I think the Magnus is going to get lots of flavors out of it, different sensations out of it, a lot of heat. So if you like the heat, the Magnus is
bring it to the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. But this is a good show, as always. Ti number 30. Cheers to us, sir. Right. And we'll be back next week with some other whiskeys to try. And
who knows?
So next week is the 23rd. So that's actually gonna be a special show.
It is.
That's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be the 20 and under.
It is.
And
bringing back a guest.
It's a very fun guest.
It is.
So we have a good time next week. So everybody enjoy, get a bottle, pick them up before you listen to our show. We're going to be posting this stuff on Instagram. 2 great buys. You can't go wrong. You throw a dart, you're not going to be unhappy. Enjoy it. And I really enjoyed these tonight. This is some good whiskey drinking tonight. Yeah. Good bourbon heritage drinking tonight.
I agree.
Good beer. Joseph and Elijah.
Joseph and Elijah.
Bourbon Heritage Month.
Have a good evening, everybody.